slightly differently. As you guys have already been told, my other background about Google, YouTube. Father of 2 kids. My elder one, she's 11. My younger one, she's 6. Beautiful kids, very intelligent, just like all kids are. But I am biased. I am a dad. My kids are special. I grew up in a small city, Lucknow, to undereducated parents who had migrated. My mom was an illiterate. They were my best cheerleaders. And that's how I was privileged to go to IIM Bangalore for my MBA. I passed out long back, year 2000. That's why my grey hair. Had a good career, known as somebody who grew YouTube from scratch to a huge scale in India's context, about $100 billion of revenue. And at India Goes Global, over the last 3 years since I left, we've created about $250 million worth of impact to startups, through various advices on how to grow and scale business in a very sustainable manner. That's what India Goes Global does. What I'm really focused on now is OckyPocky. It's a personalized learning app for young children. I don't know how many of you have nephews or nieces or neighbors' children who are kids aged below 5-6 years. Now these kids are using gadgets a lot these days, and their minds are expanding very fast. However, technology experiences have not caught up, and we're trying to change that. We are the first personalized learning app for that age group. We do it through interactive videos, we do it through vernacular. We don't have Odia yet. I should talk about my Odia connection. So I used to run Orissa for Asian Paints for 2 years when I passed out of IIM Bangalore. I used to live in Cuttack. How many of you have been to Cuttack? Okay, fair bit of people. So I used to live near Ravenshaw College. There's a place called Bombay Hotel. I used to live in a back lane of that. My office was right next to Bombay Hotel. That was the reason I used to walk down to my office. Had a fabulous time. One of my trophies was at Asian Paints. I was the best depot that year, and got several other fond memories of Orissa, traveling, finding lions on the highway at night, being warned about Naxalites. It's an adventurous place, and people are simple. It's beautiful. I don't know how many of you are natives of Orissa, but that's what I remember. I left in 2002, I came back in 2006 to this very campus for hiring. I used to work for Infosys at that time. And now I'm returning after 12 years, so really privileged to be back. But coming back, so we rapidly aid early childhood learning and development through a solution. As you can, some of you can make out, we've got English, Hindi, Tamil and Telugu already live on the app. It's a 150 million kids segment in India, and we are about 80,000 downloads old, so we have way to go. We're not even 8 million yet, right? So we've got way to go, thousands of daily users. So that's what I do. Quickly changing gears to online video, and by the way, this is not a lecture, so I should give feedback. You guys are way too respectful, way too quiet. I'm used to talking to entrepreneurs who are rebels, so please challenge me. Because if you don't, I'll put you on a spot. I promise you. Or I'll just cut it short because my lunch is anyway at risk. Where is Siddharth? Siddharth is left. Right? So they told me that if you take more than 2 o'clock, then there's no lunch for you. And I'm hungry because I did my breakfast at 4 a.m. Okay? And I've got to manage my figure. So I want to eat. Okay? But coming back, jokes apart, we'll have some fun. But why is online video important? This is a question. We are switching to workshop mode. Workshop means you guys work with me on this. Otherwise, I'll slip through my slides in the next 5 minutes and we'll be done. Why is online video important? Just speak.
High reach.
And louder.
High reach.
High reach. Okay, that's not good enough.
One more thing is that a picture conveys 1,000 things, but video can convey a lot more things.
Okay, the format is powerful. I like that.
It is economical.
Economical, okay, I'm not sure what else. Impact, he said that in different words. Here is your cheat sheet. Sorry?
Reaches a larger target.
It does, and I think some of the points on the slide talk about that. We will also talk about a lot about YouTube and Facebook today. YouTube because I know it like the back of my hand, but Facebook also because I know it a lot. I'll not say I know it like the back of my hand. I'm still learning. I'm a Facebook student. But largely, if you look at social video, generating much more engagement on social platforms, 1200%. That's 12 times more than text and images combined. So if you want your users to engage with your message, what's the format you're going to choose? You're going to choose video. Very important to just remember that, because the world has not caught up. In video, it's still very unfair marketplace. If I talk about our numbers at OckyPocky, we do only video ads, and we get a new user at less than 5 rupees. Okay, which is fabulous in a category where normally our competition they get it at 50 rupees. So we've got a 10x advantage because we leverage video really well. Facebook is a platform of choice for video advertising, not YouTube. There are reasons for it. Companies using video enjoy more web traffic than non-video. Okay, video on a landing page can increase conversions a lot. This is very different from video marketing. This is about the video experience in using video throughout the marketing funnel. How many of you are marketing students? Some of you? Marketing funnel, is that a jargon, or is that okay if I don't explain what a marketing funnel is? Come on guys, challenge me, otherwise जाके lunch खाओ अभी, मैं भी खाता हूँ. 4x as many customers would prefer to watch a video rather than read about a product. Why? Because like he said, a picture is worth 1,000 words. A good quality 1-minute video is worth way more than 1,000 pictures. So the format itself is so powerful. And I do not see people leverage it. Okay, honest, how many people have created any kind of a professional video in their life? How many people? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just help me, just get up if you've created a professional video in your life. Just get up, just stand up. Just help me. You guys are minority, my friends. This is less than 20% of the class, anecdotally. Out of you, whoever have created more than 5 professional videos in their life, they can remain standing, balance can sit down. You get it? People don't get video yet. You guys have an unfair advantage. Sit down, thank you. This is for the rest of you to understand. It's a powerful format. You guys are not learning how to do it. Nobody else will come and teach you in life. You have to learn things yourself. When it comes to startup, that's a given. Startups don't have, if you guys are planning to work for a startup, they do not have elaborate training departments, elaborate vendor bases, elaborate budgets to outsource everything. So if you're not produced a video professionally, just go out, challenge yourself today and produce a 30-second version of anything. It may be a blog about a topic that you're excited about. Just do your best job, learn how to edit it. If you're not doing that, trust me, you're missing a lot of shit in life. Okay? Why is YouTube and Facebook important? Anybody help me out. It's a question.
Population, maximum number of people using.
Louder.
It is a very good platform because maximum number of audience is present on these platforms. So if you share a video or a content which is good enough to get a traction, that you will have the maximum reach.
These are the top 2 video watching, video sharing platforms on this planet right now. See other videos, that's called the core content in the feed. When you go to YouTube, it's the feed. When you go to Google search, you see enough videos. When you go to Shop Clues, I made a Shop Clues speaker. On the site, how many videos do you see? The second aspect is marketing funnel. How to use videos to convert better, to acquire users better. So those are the broadly 2 areas that this workshop is about.
Similar to core content, there are 2 views that we put forward a single value proposition and we put forward all the multiple value propositions. Which do you think would be more effective? Say you give one idea or all the features that the product has And for the content marketing, in my limited knowledge, sir, there are three ways in YouTube what the ad show. One is a less than 5 seconds video where you have an option to skip the ad. A greater than 5 second video where also you have the option to skip the ad. And a greater than 5 second video where you don't have the option to skip the ad. So which is more effective?
We are not going to do a lot of cheat sheets today. So I'm going to park that question. I'll take it offline happily. Let's get into how we can use it. Because there is no one way, it's a creative medium, right? So 5 second or 10 second works as long as you know how to make it work. 30 second works as long as you know how to make it work. A 3 hour works if you know how to make it work. Yeah? It's about learning how to make it work. We're going to change gears and switch into a brainstorm mode about these two areas. We're going to get into brainstorm mode. I want you guys to choose a product of your choice. It could be any damn product that reasonably enough people are aware of. If not, I can give you as a nomenclature. But I would like to brainstorm about how a particular website or a tech product can use video better in their core content, what that means, or in their marketing and what that means. Let's avoid picking up very, very popular huge platforms like Google, Facebook, Amazon, and so on, because they have got a different level of leverage which comes through network effects. Let's pick up a relatively smaller startup, which makes for a better study, because most of us are not trying to solve this for Google, Facebook, Amazon. Most of us are looking at much smaller startups. Let's do a quick round of nomination. Which product are you nominating?
Health supplements.
Health?
Health supplements.
Health supplements, is that the website?
The website is healthcart.com.
Health card. Okay, health card. Any other nominations?
So Swiggy.
Swiggy. Any other nominations? Baiju. Any other nominations? Oyo. Any other nominations? Taxi. Let's choose Swiggy. Okay? I think we could have chosen anything. It's not very different from health card in terms of the fact that the product it's selling is a physical good that's to be consumed orally. Taxi and Oyo are very related categories about a travel experience. So they could have been clubbed together, but let's choose a Swiggy. Is Swiggy here in Bhubaneswar?
No.
Shit, bad example. Let's change. Let's use something else. Is Oyo here?
Yes.
Let's use Oyo. Okay? Is that okay with everybody? Yes. Let's use Oyo. Oyo is slightly bigger than what I would have liked. Swiggy is closer to what I would have liked, or something smaller. But Oyo is good enough. How many of us have ever used Oyo? Wow. That's a massive penetration. Huh? Okay, I've used Oyo too, by the way. I use it a lot as a startup when I travel. Quickly. So, let's generate 5-10 ideas on how can Oyo use core content video better that adds significant value. I'm going to pause for a minute, just 1 minute, to let you guys think about just the core product experience. How can that benefit better from video versus what they do right now? Sorry about that. Versus what they do right now. Is that okay? I'm going to give it a minute. Think, apply your thinking hat. If you use Yoyo, how could a video improve your life? While you're on that. Louder for the benefit of others.
Trivago does. When you go into the Trivago websites, you can also get a flight as well as a local hotel of that area. And also Trivago compares more than 100 websites for getting a best hotel. So Oyo doesn't compare. Oyo just...
How do we use video is the question.
Video in the sense it can also develop its marketing value. Like if we use the video content of get comparing more than 1,000 hotels in the video. You can.
Okay, let's move on to the next idea.
So on the Oyo app, what it does is they have pictures of hotels to see like how the rooms are and what are not. So pictures can be deceiving, and I myself has like faced this consequences, like something else was in the picture and actually it was different. So it could be if a 30-second video of the room for the hotel entrance, so that could be helpful to the customers.
Okay.
The guests who have stayed in the OYO rooms, we can have videos of those people giving their reviews, so that rather than writing their experience, they can have a video of that. So giving a
Okay.
Moreover, the services which they provide and they claim on the website, we can also include that in the videos. For example, they provide one breakfast. So that is a compulsory for all the OYO rooms, the standard ones. So that can be included. Any other services that is available there, that also can be included in those videos. So that the outreach is much better.
Okay.
The videos can help creating perception about the product or the services they're offering.
How?
By showing images, pictures of, there can be lot many things which they can show in one video. For example, what?
As we can take example of Make My Trip, how they have used their video to show the easy booking and easy cancellation of their hotel services. The same kind of approach can be used in a much more better way to convey how easy to access their services and how easily you can book their hotels and what kind of services you can avail and how the overall.
Same point. Next.
I agree with you that OYO can change the perception, like OYO has ties with many local hotels. So still people have the perception whether the service will be good or not, whether it will be present in the good location or not. So in the videos we can show that the OYO is present on the prime location as well as in the interior location or the services which are provided are very
Next.
You can show a competency that it is open for unmarried couple, which is a big disadvantage in this hotel industry. There are cases of modern policy. And another idea, like OYO should project itself as a differentiator, as it would target the other 99% of non.
How do we use video?
Sir, I'm telling you this, the video will showcase to distinguish itself from the 5-star hotel, and as it is
How?
1% of millionaires in this in India or the world, there are only 1 to 2% of millionaires. Whereas the rest of the travelers are having an average or normal income group. So we can show that they focus on these 99% of the target group.
Instead of videos only, we already focused on comfort aspect of the distance, but we can also focus, the videos can be made on the security aspect of it. So if people say, we have many people it has penetrated as you saw, so many local people might be motivated to do the security aspect design.
Okay.
So OYO in most of its video is mainly showcasing its 999 price and low price and other aspect of comfort in that particular room, but it's not actually targeting its audience and connecting it. So in the videos we can show connection with the audience and the families. Most of the families when visit to a location, they don't choose OYO, they choose a hotel or a rent. So OYO can showcase in a way that they can connect to Indian families. So that can act as a
Okay.
Like that, and attached to some travel agents. Even if they accommodate in OYO room, they can.
How do we use video, sir?
Like someone is there in a OYO room, he wants to travel nearest tourist place. So OYO has the attachment to the travel agency. So at affordable price, he can go and.
How do we use video? Let's move.
So I would like to state the example of Airbnb using the video to promote itself. It had showcased that when a person is going for a tour or any visit, the experience which they have, they showcase that in the Airbnb ad when they are living in somebody else's house. Similarly, OYO can also use the same concept of creating an experience and showing that experience in a form of a video and then advertise more of its product rather than only focusing on the low price hotels.
Maybe interviewing their real customers and showing their real experience with the OYO hotels. That can help getting more and more visibility.
So for the first time users who have not used the OYO app, they can have a video which gives you an experience in how to book a OYO room. Like many people don't know how to book a OYO room, they know about OYO hotels, but that thing should be taught.
There's somebody else over here. Yeah.
So they have created a positioning of low-cost leadership, and they are not able to showcase their
How do we use video?
in a way that they can show the range of hotels that they have. Okay, they have Oyo Premium, they have normal Oyo rooms. They are not able to showcase that properly in their current campaign.
I disagree. Yes, ma'am.
So rather using 360-degree video technology, it will make the customer to understand the place better.
Okay. So largely we have stuck to three things. Various aspects of about the hotel, whether it's security, whether it's location, whether it's food, whether it's any other aspect. Second is how we can do reviews better. Third is how do we use Oyo itself as an app. Okay. Now, do you believe in storytelling? Do you believe stories are important? Then how about telling them the story? Either coming from here or coming from here, the story of the hotel. Who stayed here, if there is some fun fact about it, right? I was traveling to Kerala on one of my trips, and I got a chance to stay in this very, very rundown, archaic place. And I was like regretting, my God, why did I let these organizers book my trip? I should have booked on Oyo myself. But he said one thing which changed the game for me. He said, do you know that Vivekananda himself stayed in the same very inn when he was alive? And I was like, wow, I am staying at a place where Vivekananda stayed. Like seriously, it's the stories. Because now I was part of a historical experience. I went to a site where Vivekananda is staying. And I'm not a Vivekananda worshipper, but I respect the man. Okay? And that's it. So there are stories which sell also. So that's one small thing I wanted to add. They will come from either the hotel's background or their owner's background, their users' backgrounds. There are other fun facts or stories about a place. Fun facts sell all the time. Now we've figured out these 4 ways to do it on core content. I think it's a good list. We should have pushed our creative juices harder. I understand it's a Sunday. This is the last keynote. Yes, ma'am.
So we can also post some videos showing interviews of the people who are working there on
Staff.
making what kind of efforts they make to make the user experience better.
I like that, so I'm writing it down. So we should have applied our creative juices better to come out with more such things. If we are brainstorming as such a huge group and we've got so few good ideas out on the table, there is some problem. We're not really in the workshop mode yet. So please try harder. The second question is obvious, we're going to change from Oyo. Okay, let's look back at the nominations. What else is a good enough service that's Oyo size or smaller and live in Bhubaneswar? Let's take a round of nominations again. Zomato. How many of you use Zomato? Almost everybody. Let's go with Zomato. Zomato is bigger than Oyo, so not my preference. But let's work with Zomato for now. Are any of you going to work for Zomato or Oyo? Come on guys, nominate a startup. Placement season is on. What are you guys doing? Nominate your startup. But how do they use this in content marketing? Zomato. How do they use videos better? They're using videos right now. Feel free to use your phones to cheat. It's allowed. You have 1 more minute to think about how Zomato currently markets itself and how can online videos make a difference. When I mean product, I mean what is there in the product that people value, okay, so that we can sell that. Right now we are doing a brainstorm on the marketing piece. Marketing is about, very simply speaking, a position place that you try to occupy, that you try to cement through your content in the user's mind. So what we're talking about is a pain point of a user, a benefit to the user that we're trying to give. Okay? So when I'm talking about a marketing idea, I'm expecting user jargon. So you're talking about scenario of a hostel life. Great, but what? Where is the idea? It's just the backdrop of the set. Who cares? The backdrop could be a dhaba. Who cares? Right? So just think hard before you are answering. We can take 1 more minute to prepare because I know you guys have it somewhere. But talk to me in user's language and then try to figure out why will video be so powerful. Okay? I think we are getting mixed up with the product features. I'm sharing a lot of good product ideas on food, except for the hotel, you're talking about food, right? Okay? We are still not very creative yet. We are doing very badly as a class. Okay, if Oyo brainstorm was 2-star, right now on Zomato we are at 1-star. Okay, let's at least try to move it to 2.5-star. So think hard, what is the marketing idea which means talk users language? I will not go into the whole theory, talk users benefit or pain points, how we solve it and where does video come in. If you're not clear, don't raise your hand, take your time to think and find with that.
Zomato can position itself in users' mind that they understand users' emotion and how they want to celebrate a thing. For example, everyone has some occasion when they go out, so they search for restaurants and their ratings. So they can show few experiences of the users who have gone. For example, someone who has celebrated their anniversary by using.
Think harder, ma'am. Move to the next one.
One of the things which Samsung did in this video is servicing to a remote place also. That you can show in Zomato video that Zomato can reach users to a remote location also, providing that service which they will be not able to use if they are.
Think harder, sir.
Contrary to your point, my point is in this busy world, we are not able to spend time with our families. So Zomato will provide us a space where instead of preparing food, we can order it from Zomato. So in that way, we will be able to spend time with our family. We can position Zomato in that.
Think harder, think deeper. You guys are on the surface. Go deeper. Yes, ma'am. At the back. Louder.
Yes, particularly switching cities. Suppose a person goes from Delhi to Bhubaneswar, so the Zomato should have video ads for each city. Like suppose I go to Bhubaneswar or I go to Delhi, the location gets updated in the app automatically, and the person gets notification of video ad showing the city's favorite food places and favorite places to go. So this can be the advertisement of Zomato covering the restaurants and the city.
Okay.
Which can capture the user's mind, like how it is a one-stop solution for their food problems.
Keep going, ma'am. I'm listening. I'm still waiting for the idea.
Like I'm saying that you can create a song in which you can deliver like how it is solving the problem of like if they are not getting food in that particular area or the anniversary or celebration thing they are doing. Like how it is showcasing in a song which can capture the user's mind and the user retain it.
Can you use a benefit program scheme where if placing everybody in the city as well as a BCG matrix on it, once the restaurants which has low revenue generation and low share earnings, those restaurants will can let go from its.
I'm getting a lot of product features. I'm not hearing the customer jargon. I need to hear customer pain points or benefit to the user.
Showing a video where you are going from home to a restaurant. On the way you will be facing different challenges like traffic signal, traffic challenge or the pollution things. And showing that in sitting in home you will be getting the food without getting these problems.
Okay, where is the idea? That's a problem area. Where is the idea? Where is the marketing idea?
So suppose in case of any special event, New Year and they promote house party. So they can show that instead of going out and spending on food and getting stuck in traffic, you can arrange a house party and we will deliver right at the midnight. And they can create a video ad for that. So they are leveraging home delivery at the same time the timely delivery. And even if they can do that for midnight cake delivery of birthdays and all.
I'm not sure. You are again on the surface. Go deeper. See, guys, here is the matrix. You guys have to understand the product feature that you want to push. What is the benefit it gives to the user? Within that, how will you communicate? That is the idea. How will you communicate? Good delivery saves you time, all of that is features and benefits. But how you communicate is the story or is the marketing idea. Look at Zomato's current advertising. They do it in a certain way. That's the idea that I'm looking for. Why are we not going beyond the product and the pain points? Go to the marketing idea. Where is the marketing genius in it?
That's my personal experience. Like I once ordered food at a restaurant. They didn't deliver on time and they were not accountable. But once I ordered through Zomato ensured that I get the money back. So this can be shown in either 20 seconds, 25 seconds, like the benefits of ordering from Zomato food. That can help.
Okay.
Video that showcases how Zomato finds the best match for your party. For example, if I have a bachelor party, what place I should go, that I can check through the reviews which are there on the website.
Product. Yes, ma'am.
So if a person is new to a place, Zomato can tie up with Uber or Ola to provide an accommodation.
Product.
So can you go for storytelling in Zomato?
What does that mean?
I mean, is basically whatever the class has also suggested, that sharing the experiences. So basically, Zomato right now is focusing on ordering online and delivery. That is the revenue model that they are targeting. We've seen in the billboard advertisements also. So in order to tap that, using videos of storytelling or sharing experiences of different variety of customers. For example, bachelors, one we can say for our old parents who are living at home, or a person who is, the parents are working and the child is alone at home. So certain stories and taking those experiences and making videos of that, so that even the larger audience is also got, as well as the specific target audience is also.
You're somewhere there where we need to go, but where are the answers? That's the framework. Yes, ma'am.
So we can use the fact that Zomato's work is to work as a mediator between the restaurant and the customer. So we can personify the various restaurants on the basis of the positioning that they have in the minds of the customers to show that how they are able to coordinate so beautifully between the two sides.
You started where you lost the plot. Yes, sir.
I would also have another advertisement in mind. Like whenever we order food, we have sometimes bad experience, good experiences. You can create a tagline Zomato kiya kya. Like whenever you order food, first you check on Zomato what the rating is, and then after that if you order food, you always have a good experience.
Okay, I tell you the simple stuff which you guys got right. Just like hotels, can we talk about story of the food? There was a celebrity angle that is worth talking about. Okay. Similarly, restaurant videos, customer reviews can be used to market. Okay. How customers use the app? How do we use quickly or the ease of convenience of booking through Zomato? Right? We had some ideas around that. Then we touched upon a lot of pain points. We talked about conveniences. We talked about how throwing a party is tough. Postal life where we have no resources to cook the food that we want. But we never went deep into a communication plan. Your communication pivot needs to be very clear. I think this guy listed out the framework in different words beautifully. But we are not going to the next level of marketing. Eventually you're going to bet on one communication plan. For example, can you personify situations where you are time deficit and food is important? Can you personify health or healthy food and figure out a communication strategy based on just that? That's the next level. I'm at a party, I still want to eat healthy and here are options and have 15 scenarios coming out of that. So could we do that? So go to that next level. Am I making sense? Or are we still lost at 1.5? Not really? Not yet? Almost? We'll take it offline. But let me move on quickly in the interest of time. We were trying to wrap up at 1:30 but we started late. Here are some miscellaneous points that I thought we'll quickly go through. This is for you. You asked me this question before. So there are a few points that are applicable primarily to Facebook. I'll quickly read through together one at a time. You guys can take a quick look, then we'll go one at a time. Why video is important on Facebook? Because Facebook gives preference to video as a format. However, there's a simple tip over there. Please do not use embeds from YouTube. Facebook does not give priority to that. Facebook gives priority if you upload directly to Facebook. Simple things where people go wrong. They produce a great video, they put it up on YouTube, they put up a link on Facebook. That does not get the same priority as something that's uploaded on Facebook. It's a cheat sheet, use it carefully, but on Facebook there are no copyright controls. Now the brand can still come and sue you if you use an AIP video. So be careful in how you use it, but there is gray area in which you can use a lot of others' professional content on Facebook without Facebook killing it. That brand might come and sue you. You have to do it diligently, do it respectfully, do it with credits, and do very little of it. So if you're stealing a scene from Sholay to make a point, do it, but do it very carefully. Do it very small, do it respectfully, give credits, and even then be scared. Okay, and be willing to remove if they come after you. Simple stuff, 85% of Facebook videos watched without a sound when people are scrolling. Okay, it's on mute. So simple stuff you can do is have subtitles. Now you guys are not even into producing videos. These are smaller points of video production. Please do not miss it. I'm a big believer in subtitles. The reason is simple. People's literacy levels are varied. So even if somebody is listening to the sound, their English skills, their Hindi skills, or whatever language they're using may not be the same as the person who's speaking. So they get it better when they connect both through the written text, the script, as well as when they hear it. So it's a much more powerful impact. Keep it short. When I started my journey at YouTube, 2 to 5 minutes was a short form concept. Now 30 seconds is the long form when it comes to marketing, advertising, product content. People are running out of patience these days. They have faster data, they have got more data, but they have less time. So make it sure that your messages, whether it's about a user story, whether it's hotel location story, Vivekananda story, customer review story, how to book, the max you're allowed to go is 30 seconds. Beyond that, nobody has time for you. The challenge gets really, really tough if you want to do more. The quality has to be exceptionally high, which means you're taking a bigger risk if in case this doesn't work. Okay? FinTech did it beautifully after demonetization. Within 20 days of demonetization, almost 28 video ads were found on Facebook video, mostly from the wallet segment. And we all know how Paytm has benefited tremendously from that wave. They were the first ones out of it. YouTube skippable ads, 7 seconds is the new short form. So while after 5 seconds you're allowed to skip, the psychological point is 7 seconds. Can you tell a story that holds the user beyond 7 seconds? Can you make a first cut impression? I see a lot of brands do a horrible job of their first 5 seconds. Horrible means -1 star or -5 stars. They just show the brand name and nothing else. They show the intro slides. You've got to capture users' mind, otherwise they're going to skip it. Nobody is there to watch a brand message. Nobody is there. Everybody was going to watch the video that follows the ad. You are intruding on a personal device. Therefore, 7 seconds is a new short form. Can you tell enough of a story in 7 seconds for them not to skip your ads? You get my point? So storytelling is very, very refined art. Every second matters. Music is very important. Therefore, please feel free to use royalty-free sites. That's a question mark. Can you somebody tell me what's the biggest source of royalty-free music today on the internet? SoundCloud, royalty-free, I don't know. What else? The answer is YouTube. They've got literally gazillion amount of tracks which you're allowed to use for free. I don't know if SoundCloud has gone bigger, but last I checked, YouTube was much bigger by multiples. So they actually do it to allow users to create more and give credits. So if SoundCloud is right, just send me a mail later and I'll change it in my next time I talk about it. On YouTube, what is very, very important is YouTube is a search engine unlike Facebook. On Facebook, content is given to you. through Facebook algorithms. On YouTube, you search for content. Okay? YouTube is also the second largest search engine on this planet after Google. So make sure you're optimized for search. How do you do that? You get your video title right, your descriptions right, your tags right. How many of you have uploaded a video to YouTube ever? Wow, you don't produce videos, you just upload. Not bad. How many of you took care to put in more than 10 tags when you were uploading the video? Tags. That's where you missed it. Tags is different, description is different. So tags you can go up to 50 easily, not just 10. That's it. We'll take questions before we wrap up. Anything online video in a startup's life or anything beyond that you guys want to talk about?
So nowadays we've seen that when companies use videos on online platform, they go for a certain story, as in that mass communication thing which is more prevalent on TV advertisements. Generally in videos which they go online, there's a certain storyline which is, and there's a very focused marketing, or we can say a very focused approach which they go through, and not that very generalized approach or a generalized advertisement.
What's the question?
So why is this prevalent on the YouTube videos or the Facebook videos and not on the TV ones?
Because people play to the format, one. Second is majority storytellers are bad. Majority is always bad. It's always very few who excel. By the way, there are enough examples on bad Facebook and YouTube. So it's not like it's limited to one medium. Yeah.
So can you please give us the cost comparison of an online video ad and a conventional ad? In media.
Very, very broad question, cannot be answered like this. There are components. There's cost of production, there's cost of distributing that ad, there's cost of servicing the marketing funnel. That's the broad level of cost. They vary from category to category. They vary from your production philosophy to another, and so on.
So, how to check the effectiveness of the video ad? So, after you have posted the ad, how to check whether it's working for you or not?
The quick answer is, what are your goals? What is the purpose in putting out the video? Do you just want the message to go out? So it's reach. Do you want to measure a deeper reach where people are engaging? So it's engagement metrics like likes, comments, shares. Okay? If your purpose was acquisition, then how many leads came out of that campaign? So it depends on your objective.
Nowadays with so many videos coming up of so many brands, people are using this tool for their entertainment or because the videos are very interesting. So will they remember the brand or just the content?
That's a good one. That's a good one. As we get good with storytelling, how to avoid a pitfall of storytelling, that story steals the message and the brand gets messed up. I think that's a classic example of bad content marketing. So please do not do bad content marketing. Make sure you're true to your product, make sure you're true to your message. So don't miss that. Yes, ma'am.
So just a general question. If TED is a non-profit organization, then how do they make money?
TED Talk, I don't know how they make money. Sorry, I'm not aware. I don't even know whether they make money. I think they work more on volunteers, but if they do, I have no idea how that organization. Sorry. Questions? Wow, that's it? You guys are less curious. That's okay, I get to eat my lunch. What are the appendix slides I have? Some general gyan on common video formats that people are succeeding with. Topics that are very universally relatable are things like sports. Culturally specific could be niche topics like regional news or something like that. Language agnostic stuff, which are like DIY videos, they are doing well in general. So pick formats carefully within storytelling. There are lots to be learned from. Here is vertical by vertical, some nuggets. I don't know, it's a very messy slide. I apologize. Music, sports, international news, new technology, compilations and lists, how do you do that? So I'll give it 30 seconds for you guys to quickly read it. I'm not sure if it's very useful because most of you are not creators. You guys are not thinking at the at the copy of the content or the script strategy level, a communication strategy. So this is more useful for people who are actually designing a whole communication plan. I'm grateful and thankful that I got a chance to come here
So just a simple
and
question.
speak. You have a question, ma'am? Yeah.
Actually, nowadays, what we see, all the companies come up with some CSR videos on online, like how they are doing good for the environment and trying to position themselves that we are also looking for the environment. So my question is like, along with their product and all, how they are trying, why everyone is trying to do that for the consumers?
Everyone is not.
Most probably.
That's a quick answer. No, everyone is not. Majority brands are not doing that. It taps into the various psychological needs. So once a brand is big enough, do you want to be relatable to your users for other brand values? That hey, we care for the planet, for example. So for brands who want to work around that as a strong positioning, they should be doing exactly this. It's not a fad, because fads don't continue. It cannot be backed up by real stories. They have to do real work. For example, Tata has done a fabulous job in this country. They have a lot of stories to share around this country, right? Not many brands have that many stories. A lot of powerhouses like Tata, they all have foundations. Bharti has a foundation, Ambani has a foundation, Birla has a foundation. So if you take out those top mega groups, business groups, not many people are doing that much of awesome work. And a lot of them are not doing it for a brand. A lot of them are doing it because they make enough money and they want to contribute back to society. So they don't mix up marketing with their foundational activities. Some of them believe that no, it's about trust, it's about values. So Tata has believed in that sort of advertising a lot. That's why it's my first example. They push trust a lot in their things. They push history a lot and everything around. And we evolve. We also make steel sort of campaigns. And so on. So I hope that makes sense. I saw a couple of more hands go up.
If the motive of the company or the firm is to draw more action items from the customer or the viewer, how good is negative marketing as a strategy, or it will deter or hamper the viewership of the motive of the company?
So in general, there are two things. Whenever you use a negative communication strategy, negative works very fast. So the temptation to do it is very high, comparisons and so on. So you're putting down somebody else. It works very quickly. So the temptation for a sales team to go after that sort of a strategy is very high because it converts better. However, users do not connect with your brand whenever you use a negative message. So you will not find many brands trying to do somebody you run down, running emotions because of it. So there is no one answer in summary. Negative works faster. We should know that as a growth hack. Negative doesn't retain longer. There is no loyalty that gets built up because of negative, because whatever is negative doesn't grow. If I don't come here with a position of gratitude, I come across as somebody pompous, who's rubbishing you guys down. I did give you a lot of unfair ratings, right? But that was to encourage. If that message is not going down, no matter how hard I try, you're not calling me back again next year. It's just sad, right? But if it comes across somebody who is trying very hard to push the class level to the next level, then maybe, who knows? There was one more hand that will end up somewhere in the back. There's one over there.
Sir, in the previous slide you have mentioned that live video technology. So how it is helping startups? Live video technology.
Which technology?
Live video technology.
Live video. I did not even talk about live today.
Just previous slide I mentioned this.
I have something. Okay. Where is it? In the appendix?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me read it. This one? This one?
New technology.
Broadcast.
Okay, where are we? Okay. Okay, fair enough. So these are the formats that I've mentioned that are getting attention from users. So if you can use 360 or live better, please use it. That's what I meant over there. Because the content is less in supply. So if you want to do a very creative Facebook Live event, it's likely to get more eyeballs if you market it well. Because there are very few people doing it at scale. Alright, thank you so much for being patient with me. I may not be your best orator for the 2 days because I had a lot of powerful competition, good lineup. I'm just grateful to be invited for my message. My message is very simple. Be creative. Wherever you go, use video. It's a very, very powerful format, both on the product side as well as the marketing side. My feedback to the class in general is go to the next level. Don't stop at the surface. Maybe it's because a lot of you do not have the required experience. That's okay. You're still in college. You're about to get out and get that experience. But keep an eye. Keep an eye. Do projects. Do live projects if you still have time to make sure you get into the dirty details of communication strategies, execution. Please learn to produce videos. There is no respite. People will come and fool you all the time if you're the marketing manager somewhere or the product manager somewhere trying to produce videos. If you do not know the art of marketing, if you do not know the art of producing good videos. So please learn to produce a video. That's my message. Thank you so much for being patient. You've been very, very participative. So much on that.